Is dabbing still cool? Dab, dab, dab. We're making noise. We're talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
We back.
We back. Hey, AJ, if anyone wanted to see our crazy dance moves in the intro, what would they have to do?
That's right. You just want to come to search on YouTube for the time being. Cowboys Can Fan Podcast. Wow, that was a really extra long outro. You got me talking. Cowboys Can Fan Podcast for all your sweet YouTube Cowboy Can Fan needs.
So you could put a face to these beautiful voices.
That's right. We got clips. We got
the Shexstein
the full
in the shower.
episode. We got Adam's. I didn't know that I could write shit, but anyways, go check it out. Lots of clips there.
Shexstein in the shower.
It's shitting. It's supposed to be shitting.
Why would you put like a? Why would you put like a star?
Or like an exclamation.
I don't know, because we're talking about it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, an exclamation mark.
An exclamation.
An upside down eye.
That's right. Okay. And Anth, what about where it all began?
Oh shit! Refresh that page. AJ is on the IG right now. It's at Cowboys Can Fan, the fastest growing Dallas Cowboys meme page. And I actually just dropped a hot meme. Check that shit out.
Trade offer. I receive kicking net, bag of footballs, ankle tape, literally anything. You receive Jalen Smith.
Fuck that guy.
Oh,
Burn.
shit. Okay, but where can they come to see that sweet hot
At
meme?
Cowboys Can Fan, the
That's
fastest growing meme page on the internet out of anything.
And you can find us on Twitter. You can find us on TikTok as well.
TikTok, we got it all. We're
So-
fucking like, subscribe, do whatever you need to do. Keep us going. We're having fun doing it, but it's fun seeing you people
And what time are we recording at today?
early. What time is it right now?
It's 10.
10:30. Crack him if you got him.
Crack him if you got him. Oh!
Oh, he's spilling. He's
All over the
spilling.
technology
Here,
stuff.
do you want me to run and grab
Oh,
something?
and there's sparks.
No,
Just
no,
kidding.
we're good.
Okay, well, let's hop into it, guys.
No, I got it.
Nope.
You thought I forgot. So one of the bandwagon boys just had his birthday,
Oh, yeah, that's
and
right.
we got him a little gift.
Oh, snap. I wasn't
And by we,
expecting
it's
this.
host Anthony Bessie got him a gift.
So I tried to
yeah.
get the most dad hat possible because I know you don't like the flat brims. So you got just your classic blue Dallas Cowboys.
Dan Quinn would be proud.
Dan Quinn would be proud. And you came in without a hat on today. I was like, this is perfect. Check the back out too before you throw it on. Bandwagon boys. Shit.
Look at that.
So you guys are fucking
Father,
repping.
son?
It's kind of funny. Like your guys' hats combined makes my hat.
Like Pokemon? Yeah. I don't know. Is that Pokemon?
I don't know. Anyways, there you go. Look at you.
Hey,
You guys
look at
you guys look like the biggest fanboys ever now.
Go to episode 1 and then come to or of this season. And
Bring
then
up a clip of episode 1. Go bring up a clip of episode 1 and what we look like. Okay.
You guys look like they casted two dudes that are supposed to be big like sports fans in a movie.
Okay, cool. So I'm a Cowboys fan. Okay, I get it. I'm feeling it. Okay, here we are. Here's one of our earliest clips. This is episode 3.
Oh, look at that gross intro.
Yeah, well, it had to start somewhere.
I don't know, Adam.
Who's that guy?
Yeah, I'm a little shaved up there. A little shaved up.
There we
Look
go.
at you guys.
Side by side comparison.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't know who those imposters are, but get them the F
You guys have fully
Converted
to bandwagon boys 100%.
Hey, hopefully we don't get banned from YouTube for showing our own channel there.
Could you imagine?
That's the only
They
problem we've
hate
had.
us. They hate
Hey,
us.
I have to say thank you very much, Anth.
Yeah, man. Cheers.
Tough. I didn't think about it because I'm not a blood brother.
Yeah, but
so
still.
I was like,
But basically.
back in the day, back in the old Kings and Queens days,
Yep.
I'd still be invited to parties, but I am a low rung.
We would still throw our food at you. And
yeah,
stuff.
exactly, and laugh. And
You're like Tyrion in Game of Thrones.
can I just pull up one thing before we hop into?
So give us a backstory. What we're doing is we're looking at a picture of Alex right now at last night's draft. what is going on? How you're like a 15 there out of 10?
No. I'm definitely 8. I'm definitely up in 8. And we were just chilling, having a good time. It's been a while since, unfortunately, you weren't able.
I wasn't able to
join
make
us.
it. No.
And neither UK Steve, but we're all in a fantasy football league together since I don't know.
For the last 16 years.
60. This is our 16th season, and so it was just fun to get together with everyone. And I was having a good time. I was having some wobblies and vaping inside. Dro let me vape and
What vape level do you think he's at right there?
He said an 8,
I
but
said
I
an
say
8.
15.
I mean, look, the guts out. I just
It doesn't even look like
drafted-
you have pants on. Like it looks like you're naked.
I just drafted TP20. We'll get into our fantasy later in the episode.
Yep.
But anyways,
Look at hang on, look. So I just want to, just for context, he was sitting like that for a while, and this was at like 10:30 at night, and I was like, oh, I gotta get a photo of this. And then I started to laugh, and I took my camera, and I didn't want him to move, or else he possibly could have ruined the photo.
The belly would have been tucked back in.
But we had to get him I had to get him vaping. So
Yep.
Well,
Well, it was good.
it was fun, and I ate a lot of pizza. But guys, we came here
To discuss one
to
thing
discuss
and one thing only.
Cowboys.
HBO.
Yeah, so Hard Knocks episode 3. What y'all think?
Sorry, I missed that cue. Run it again.
What'd you miss?
I
What
missed,
cue?
I missed that Hard Knocks cue there.
Oh, yeah, we're talking Hard Knocks. What did you guys think of the episode, really? I didn't... are we missing it again?
No, we're good.
Adam
We're
just
good.
wanted to re-roll it back.
You wanted to roll it back.
You know what? I think the first one I was just really hyped for, but now we're getting into some stories. There's our boy right here. We've been mentioning him, loving him.
Yeah, we're high on Alarcon.
Alcaron.
Yeah.
They probably say it properly in here, but yeah, like he's just a fantastic character, and it's really funny how they. I mean, you're going week to week, so you're hoping that the story you start building actually pays out at some point. And then I'm sure you go back to like, oh, we had all of this footage, so it actually is going to work out, blah, blah, blah. But it's just really funny, like, even within this episode, they show a low point where he wasn't doing very well. And then now to the point where it really looks like he's going to be making the team.
I would be very surprised. Obviously, we only see what they want us to see. So they're showing you a low, then a high. So you're like, oh, he's actually doing pretty well. But from what they've shown, it does seem like he has a pretty good chance of cracking the roster. And offensive lineman is one of those positions. I think they take 8 or 9 of them. So he has, as long as he can keep pancaking guys and, showing up at practice, he has a pretty good chance of making the team. He has some of the best guys coaching him up too, right? Like the Cowboys have arguably, when they're healthy, one of the top 5 offensive lines in the NFL. Crack them if you got them. Hey, Bubbly's non-alcoholic drink today, by the way. First time ever.
Well, yeah, why? Maybe explain why for a quick second.
So just quick second to why I'm wearing one long sock. So it's a compression sock. I fucked my leg up at work. It's been swollen for like 4 weeks, and Tay basically put an alcohol ban on me because she said that it doesn't swell properly. It just thins out your blood, and so it seemed legit enough to not. So, and it has nothing to do with that we're filming at 10 a.m.
It wouldn't matter.
10 a.m. I don't care what time it is, I would have one, but it's a health issue. My leg's twice the size of the other one, so I'm on the Bubblies.
Me and Adam are holding it down with these Tempo Gin Smashes, new sponsor.
Welcome to the Cowboys Camp Fans sponsor, Gin Tempos. Get your strawberry lemon.
As you like, I love beer, but as you get older, you just need to kind of do what you can to cut back on that waistline.
Wouldn't really want to be crushing a fucking PBR right now.
Yeah, no, and you know what? If I find when I drink beer now, I used to love drinking. I used to only drink beer for almost like the last 20 some odd years, and it was just this last year that I switched over to seltzers and gin tempos and vodka sodas, like a pussy.
I'm finally starting to feel like I'm out of college now. So,
but I mean, I will say this: I definitely still like to have like a beer.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
If you're going out to a pub, you're having a beer.
There's nothing better to me than an ice cold Fat Tug. I love a Fat
Hundo
Tug
P.
IPA. Strong.
But I no matter if I'm at a pub or something like that, if I can get a bottled beer over like a poured beer, what do we call
Draft.
Tap or
Yeah,
draft.
draft.
I'll
Fuck
take
that.
it. I think
Fat Tug all the way.
I think something about the draft beer just fucks me up.
guts.
Even
Oh,
more.
you mean like it gives you a bit worse hangover?
I can go 2 draft beers, especially at majors. I go 2 draft beers at majors. Whew.
Send it. Okay, hey, anyways, Alcaron, whatever.
Before you show this, like before you hit play, that's like a fucking the star. We're looking at the star, Dallas's practice facility, it looks like a city block. Like it looks like a city just in the middle of nowhere.
This is their practice
This
facility?
is their practice
So
facility.
it's not even,
It's not even near it. Well, I'm
well,
sure
and,
it's near,
and
but
there's some stuff that's open to the public.
yeah,
that
like a mall. There's a hotel.
Oh God, we gotta go stay there.
Okay.
So this is probably, I'm pointing at that. But what we're about to show for our listeners is we're talking about the FPV, which is first person view drone shot that was in the episode. It's like a nice 4-minute drone, nonstop, consistent.
And we're
There's
gonna
no
go through it all.
CG. We're gonna go through it all.
Now, I have to say, I kept saying to myself, and I'm going to hit play now.
Yeah, you can hit play.
roll.
So anyone who's watching wants to time it up. 3, 2, 1. Anyways, I was like, is this going to stop? Is this going to stop? And it just kept going and going. It was brilliant. Now, Adam, explain to me how the hell any of this was
Okay,
done.
so none of this is CGI. This is someone
This is-
like
this
when they
is-
fly in
okay.
like that, it looks.
Okay, so
It does,
I'll
but-
explain. So as you're watching, the big thing that's been coming up in the drone space, a lot of the guys who are doing races, they use FPV drones. So how do you know what an FPV drone is? You see those nerds with goggles, and
I
they
hate
wear the
nerds.
goggles on. But they're wearing goggles, and literally. A lot of these these smaller FPV drones are built. So
So did they legit do this?
Yeah,
Like they
100%.
flew through this truck?
This was take number 15. They had 15 takes. They did this within 3 hours,
They only took out 2 yoga people.
and they got this on take 15. So here's the thing.
Wait. So they had this done 15 takes. Did they splice that together, or
Nope,
they got the one shot?
all
Okay.
one continuous.
I would like to
take.
see the outtakes of some of the the
So
bad
the,
takes.
so the outtakes probably would
totally.
be hitting something, or someone didn't time themselves.
queue up.
The stuff that's the
Look at that. That's
obviously
their fucking
The
practice
audio
facility,
fully
man.
here. That's after, more than likely.
audio's done afterwards, 100%.
Oh,
it ju-
like the ad,
all
okay.
this is a small drone that they built, and then there's a GoPro on top. But I find that not only the timing is impeccable for this, there's a couple shots here where like the guy's coming out and he drops the towel.
towel, yeah.
like that stuff like that, or going through the truck window. Like that shit is super tough to do. This whole thing is tough. The frequency, the range, and making sure that you're not losing like signal when you're flying through it is just incredible.
I have trouble walking through hallways, let alone
So yeah,
flying through a hallway.
on that ad, were they?
So
Did they come? Even the contrast. I mean, it's not movie perfect, but they do a good job of keeping light. But like, so were they moving with,
Gold Jacket Wit?
or are they all doing it from one stationary?
It's just one station.
Wow.
So they probably the guy who's flying this, and I didn't get. I'm sure we're gonna see like a making of somewhere that you can really see it, and see more about it. But just from what I've read and just knowing kind of what you have to do to grab these shots, they're probably in an area where, you know how it started at the front of the facility. They were probably closer to the main building, so
Here's
they're
that
flying
towel-
into it so
here's
that they're
that
in a
towel
central.
toss.
Right, I see what you mean. So they started out far and then bring it back.
and then they have people watching it. So even though the guy
this is
who's the pilot is using a monitor with goggles, it's probably going out to a bigger monitor, and then you have a guy saying, "Okay, we're in section 5 of the facility. Okay, we're going through this. Okay, queue up this person," because they have all these cues that they have to do.
So
to grab
the
it.
unnecessary. They like. It's cool that they did. They didn't need to go through those things and risk, but they did.
But and so they only had 3 hours at the facility, and they did it all within 15 takes.
Damn.
So when we YouTube clip this, are we allowed to have like a great title like Nerd Boy Discuss Drone or something?
Nerd Boy gets destroyed.
Well,
discussing
a couple months ago,
Okay,
there was this really good, there was this really cool bowling alley FPV, and maybe if you just go on YouTube. So the company that did this bowling alley, hang on a second.
Welcome to Drone CanFan.
This one video got huge.
Whoa.
So it's the same thing. So the guys who do Hard Knocks obviously saw
Oh,
this
we
video.
can't watch this one because it's on the Ute.
They obviously saw this video of this bowling alley in Minneapolis. These guys did this one take drone shot, exactly the same thing that you saw at the practice facility. But I just thought it was cool that this group did a production thing. It got some good heat online, and then they made it to like an HBO production.
So do you think it was the same guys?
Yeah, it is the same guys.
Oh, it actually is
Yep.
the same guys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
I can't bring it up, but if you Google it, you'll find it easily. Just bowling alley.
Bowling Alley FPV.
Great
Now-
shot though, and even it created a lot of buzz. A lot of the people that were posting on Twitter.
Number one thing that everyone was talking about this last
Was
episode with the FPV.
Yeah, 100%.
When you were saying that that there's a guy wearing goggles, I had this image in my head of a guy who's just wearing goggles and then running like to make it look like a drone. So he's running down the street there and hopping over things.
Well, just Google FPV drone and in Google right now so that we can just show them quickly before we get off this topic. I don't know why.
What it looks like?
Yeah, just so that they can see.
Okay, and then we're effing done with this nerd stuff.
Yeah.
But it's super cool. If there's like Xbox you can get, they're actually really so. Just to go a little bit nerdier on the reason the FPV drones are harder to fly. So yeah, go use that one right there. Than a regular drone. So if you're at home and you bought a drone from Best Buy or Amazon,
Plus, you look real cool.
the
You do.
drones that you get from there, they can like hover and they have like a lot of security automation to make sure that you don't crash it. FPV drones, like the ones that you build, ones that don't have like all these safety precautions in, you have to use your thumbs and both joysticks to kind of keep it level. So it's very, very skillful to do what these guys are doing with an FPV drone. It's not like flying a regular drone.
Yeah, because that's all this nerd's going to be doing with his thumbs. I was trying to make
Sticking it up his
sexual
butthole.
joke there, but
I got it.
All right, let's get back into what the people come here and pay us for.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of this money yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust
Yet.
me. We're
Yet.
Okay, this is Jerry. Now we see a. I think this is. I'm just going to skip forward ahead to young Jerry, man.
Yeah.
Now he's got a thick fucking neck. My mic's all. He's got a thick neck, and for his age, because he's what?
Gotta be like 50 there, probably.
No. Now
Oh,
he's
now he's
like,
in his 80s.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got a lot of piss and vinegar in him, and I like that. So anyway,
He did a lot for the NFL, man, just with regards to like sponsorships and owners making absolute bank and just getting the NFL to be one of the biggest sports in the world. Like people shit on Jerry Jones quite a bit, but the reason football is what it is today is that's why he's in the Hall of Fame. Everyone realizes that makes a decision about important stuff like that he was quite influential in today's NFL.
I think he was the kind of, maybe not the first, but one of the ones who did it best anyways, who took an NFL team and made it a business and made it like an identity for people rather than just like, mind you, there was a changing time and all that. He kind of came at the right moment, but he saw the opportunity, and now the Cowboys are the most expensive, I believe.
Franchise in any sport.
Okay, pause for a second right there. Would you go to an entire game wearing a fucking helmet like that? Like
You're not even at a game; they're to practice.
Would you go to an
my
entire
God.
practice? No, that must be.
That's
clipped.
at a practice.
Oh, really? That's not clipped from like a
No,
game?
they're at they're all at training
Hey,
camp right now.
If you have a problem with Wrecking Ball, you got a problem with me, okay? That's this guy's name. He's got Wrecking Ball on his. I
mean, this guy might be a firefighter, so I understand the fireman hat, but the dude with the fucking what are those lights? Fucking cop lights on the
looks
top
like
of
he's
his
from
head?
a Pixar movie, an evil villain from Pixar.
He looks like the bad guy in the latest Suicide Squad movie.
And just in case anyone's wondering, we do pick people apart on this show.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like fuck
yeah,
Wrecking
we're
Ball.
very judgmental.
But Wrecking Ball, great teeth.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit, but great teeth. Hey, we just have fun. Okay,
See, they're just here watching him talk at training camp. These
Yeah.
people are just jacked up.
I thought
Jerry.
I didn't know that this was at training camp. I thought that was a clip from like maybe a different press conference. Or
No,
something
you go
like that.
you go to Dallas Cowboys training camp. It's a show. Jerry Jones is a showman.
So there's quite a few good family moments here. Of course, just to hop on, we don't need to stop on El Caron because we know where our boy's going.
He's our boy.
But there were some good family moments. I don't know why these get me. At first, I was like,
Because they know you're a big softie.
they know I'm a big softie. I mean, I love his family. The dad is just so fucking chill, and
Yeah, and then the
mo-
mom's just like #1 fan. Probably doesn't even really understand. Like just a typical mom, right? Just
like-
jacked up that her kid's playing or
And
has an
has-
attempt to make the NFL.
but has learned the sport.
Yeah,
enough to like know what to look for, and it's probably knows more than me, to be quite honest. But the other really cool one was what's his nets? Trayvon's.
Look, that was a good scene. He's talking on the phone with Stephon Diggs, and his kid's like doing some Karate Kid shit in the background.
Oh man, but like it just makes and we kind of talked about this earlier, but I was like so happy to see. Okay, good. Show me the families with the teams who are going to make it.
Yeah,
with kids, right? Because like I don't want to see this. I don't want you to bring me into this family and then tell me, but and then he gets cut.
Show you the cutest little kid. Like the kid's almost like a movie character. He's so cute.
Yeah.
And then the 5th episode they cut the guy.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if his kid had like a TikTok or an Instagram and just they would comment on him during the games that he would blow up.
Probably.
Oh yeah, he was a cute
Like he was awesome to watch in the stands. Even though he didn't know the difference between Dak and Mahomes, but that's okay.
That's okay.
Hey, but you know what? I'm also always looking around. Like I love it, but I'm looking at the house. I'm like, oh, what the hell's going on here? Like, what's this living situation like? Because this is a beautiful fucking home, right? So I'm looking at the staircase behind, like, huh.
do you think Mama Diggs always has a Bills and Cowboys helmet there, or do you think
this is his place, isn't it, or is it her?
No,
place?
I think it's
Mama Diggs.
I think it's her place.
Oh shit!
Oh my gosh! What are you doing, AJ? AJ,
How did Steve get on the TV?
It's because I fumbled my fingers. My fingers got fumbled.
It's early.
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
she probably does. I guess that makes sense. This little kid.
Imagine having 2 kids in the NFL and both like pretty successful. Like Stephon Diggs, arguably top 5 receiver.
Yep.
He is.
Yep.
And then Trevon Diggs. I mean, he was a rookie last year, but he has a chance to probably be a top 10
Breakout year.
Yeah, top 10 corner in the league. So that's pretty sweet. Kid
awesome.
definitely has better dance moves than I do.
Okay, and then the moving on here from all that family love.
All that family bullshit.
I thought this was kind of so. Little backstory on the Bessie Bros. They got piss poor eyes. They're probably blind as bats.
No, I paid a lot of money. To get these motherfuckers lazy.
Growing up.
Oh yeah.
Like if Adam and Ant had their contacts out, you could rob them. They couldn't see anything.
I definitely sympathize with this scenario here.
I've had this happen to me.
Right, so explain it. What happened? Jaquan Hardy.
He got hit so hard, he was just running up he's a running back. He was running up the middle of the field, and he got tackled. He went face first, and the force of the impact threw his contact out. So when I was in junior lacrosse, Ad was actually at this game. Remember when I got punched out?
Yep.
The guy punched me out so hard that my contact got punched out of my head.
Just for the record, though, it was very rare that Ants would get punched out.
That guy fucking clocked me. And
got you.
Are you talking about the big guy?
Yeah, the like 6'6" dude
the gang member that they recruited strictly to fight you.
That was the dude. But yeah, so
we have it on tape
somewhere. Yeah, we have it on tape somewhere. I got punched so hard that my contact went out like him, and it's weird. But I think he says so. He's talking about how bad his eyes are. He says minus 250. Mine and Adam's eyes, when they're double as bad as this guy's.
Minus 500 or whatever.
Yeah, minus 5.
So, but I think the biggest thing is he got that contact knocked out, and then he just stayed in.
Yeah, but this is another thing. You could.
A guy should maybe come out, right?
No, but I still think you should be able to. I guaranteed right now I could. I mean, obviously it's not in a football situation, but a guy with one contact in should still be able to catch a football. He's not that blind.
I don't. Yeah, no, I know, but you know what it's like. Your depth perception's a little screwed up when.
No excuse. Should have caught it. Hit off his hands, man.
Well, the coaches were not happy with that.
Oh gosh, no. Well, I mean, now in an NFL,
I'm 1-1.
Yeah, that's the best. The best thing. Sorry, not the best thing. Do you think something like that is going to take into consideration? Being like, this motherfucker, we can't have a contact situation with this guy.
No, I mean they're gonna. He's trying to make the team. He doesn't want to get out, right?
Yeah.
Cracker, we got him. And the thing with this guy, the guy that had the contact out, he just moved up on the depth chart because the guy that was ahead of him, Rico Dowdle, I think his name is.
Rico Suave.
He just got knocked out for season. So this guy just basically moved up in the depth chart.
He's just a little stout boy, too.
He is, yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, I liked it. I thought it was kind of funny. to see
It was.
that.
I think his glasses are sick. I think it's funny the scene when Dak's asking him like, "You don't know Eric Dickerson?"
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, "You don't know who Eric Dickerson is?" And he's like, "No, I know who Eric Dickerson is." I was like,
Mancy or whatever.
"Yeah, Chuck Mancy."
Because
which I didn't
he
know who
was
that
the first one to
He
kind
must have-
or made that look like
What's on your
Dickinson
eyeball?
had the glasses.
They're just all sitting there making fun of him.
Well, I mean, the scene that I went with this whole situation, like, look at Zeke, just like, what the fuck? The scene that I sympathize, I'm 1-1. The scene that I sympathize with this whole scenario is when he's trying to put his
DP.
helmet on with glasses, or
Yeah.
his goggles. Like, that is a fuck. I remember
Dowdle, that's the guy 34. He's the
I
one
was
that's out.
12 years old when I got
This.
Mom got me Mom got me glasses because in lacrosse I started playing lacrosse and I couldn't see, so I got glasses. And I remember I got hit so hard, I got checked so hard in my first practice that my glasses went all sideways up in my helmet, and then when someone passed me the ball, it hit me in the face. So then the next day we went to contacts, and ever since I was
You just
wearing
needed
contacts.
fucking those. What are they called? They're called sport goggles or something.
Sport fucking glasses. This is, I mean,
Was
yeah.
he flying?
Spoggles.
Was he flying the drone?
Anyways, okay, let's go. What do we got next here?
Next, we got 4 generations. This was kind of a cool. Let me just
Sequence?
skip up here. They're playing cards with this guy his family has been part of the organization for 4 generations, I
So
think.
dad, grandpa, great grandpa,
Yeah,
and himself.
and himself.
The first thought that came to my mind when I saw this is like, oh, they have like an entire like male team at
Oh,
a
fuck
football
yeah.
thing, and then I was like, of course they do. There's people that work in those buildings year round.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
And-
exactly. Well, another thing I keep seeing is I'm like, okay, the football players make a lot of money, and you can see this is why the Dallas Cowboys are and probably all sports teams, there's just so much more money that they need to pay just to keep operations going. It's not only just a sports team, it's a full huge business as well.
Big business.
That's aside from all that. So I just don't like the opening shot showing the practice field. It just cements in this is the practice field, and it's got like you said, it's got the mall. It's a business
hotel.
within itself.
It's
just,
it's a city block.
yeah. But yeah, this was funny. I mean, he gets in here, he beats everyone at that card game, whatever they were playing.
Yeah.
I don't know, and
Some high pro spades, I think it was.
And then he you beat Dak Prescott and Zeke Elliott. You get to take that home with you and probably
Yeah, but then they never invite him back.
No, exactly.
It's like maybe that's when you should have just lost. maybe you should have just let them win.
It's just funny to see not going to knock this guy at all, but he's no NFL football player, and then you get to beat someone who's who's just physically
No,
dominating.
totally.
It's and you got to have that intelligence too, being a QB. So I'm sure Dak's pretty with it.
Yeah, it was a good scene. I still think I would take the loss.
Take the L.
Yeah, I'd take
But
the loss.
okay, so the other thing though, when he sees them multiple times a day, if he's the male guy, and he has the relationships with them, it's not the same type of take the L. He's going to see these guys no matter what.
Yeah, true enough.
And for him to be able to say they don't Micah's not going to invite him back because Micah doesn't want to lose.
No.
But so when he sees him every day, he doesn't have the same kind of starstruck. That's his job. When he grew up in that organization, it's not the same effect.
Yeah, I
that we
guess
would
you're
have.
right. I guess you're right.
So in this situation, don't take the L.
He's more familiar with them, so it's not like if I was sitting down
Yeah.
playing cards with them.
And he wants
Fanboying,
Yeah.
just shaking. Oh my god!
Hey, Ant,
Micah Parsons.
who's standing here watching?
What do we think?
In the hoodie.
Yeah.
I'd have to see.
Because he stands there what looks like the entire game. Just grab a fucking chair and pull up.
I hope it's TP20 because you just shit on your boy.
I would say that TP, grab a fucking chair and pull up. What are you doing?
It might. I don't even know who it is. They're not showing his face.
No, they're hiding them.
That's a nice watch on there, Dak Prescott.
Okay.
Yeah, good
Let's
card game.
let's keep going through. We got we're at the halfway mark.
Last thing is just actually there's 3 things here. I got an exact moment that I want to get to. This is just adding on to our coaching for
D-Law?
D-Law. He's just solid, man. I tried to get him last night, by the way, and price was just too much for me.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. He's really taken a liking to Kamara though, hasn't he?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Oh, he got fucking smoked there,
Well,
man.
It's funny because there's that story of Brett Favre didn't help
Rodgers.
Rodgers when he came, and like.
I think it might be a little bit different for quarterbacks because
Yes.
you know that guy's coming to try to just take your job, whereas Kamara's going to be playing special teams.
Here it is. Here it is.
That was a burp. That was a
There it is.
burp. I just slammed. I slammed some bubbly. Kamara is not in no shape or way or form is he ever going to take D-Law's spot.
No, but it's just I'm sure there are quarterbacks. Alex Smith was one of them who was known to like
Coach.
coach.
guy-
So
yeah.
it's just kind of interesting to see like there are.
Who are dickheads and who aren't?
Yeah, I guess like I would. Way too early to say. I don't think Micah Parsons is going to be coaching anyone. You know, I think.
Who do you think? Do you think with Aaron Rodgers though? Do you think he's coaching the guy that they drafted first round?
Oh, probably not.
You don't think so?
Well,
maybe he is.
I don't know.
Who knows? I don't
Tough to
know.
say.
You know what? I don't give a fuck. Go listen to that on a Packers podcast.
Boom, son.
But yeah,
Headshot.
just double downing on Lawrence. Now there's two other things here. We got the dad windbreaker quickly, just to continue our dad
Assertion of
yeah.
our boy. You know what? I
coming up in 10 seconds here. Go ahead, spit it out.
I don't know what I was gonna say. I was watching the thing.
I feel like I could fit in.
Oh, sorry. This is what I was gonna say. So I was watching the Bucks kind of YouTube show that they're putting out called The Current, and it's following their season. Mm-hmm. And obviously, don't want to compare coaches. And when you see like Bruce Arian come on and start talking and how much swag he has, I could see why some people are giving a little bit of hate on our boy on the Cowboys, specifically because he's not as like, I don't say brash, or he doesn't hold as much. So when people are like, he's not giving the pump up speeches or this and that, but I still think that our Disney dad is gonna prevail.
How many Super Bowls does Bruce Arians have?
Oh,
One.
How many does Mike McCarthy have?
One.
Boom. Fuck Bruce Arians and his swag.
No, it's different strokes for different folks. All right.
I do like Bruce Arians.
I
though.
do like Bruce Arians too, but look, honestly, for me, I just wanted to respect my. I can't find this fucking clip. It doesn't matter though. We're coming up on another one that's kind of.
It was
funny
during the TP20
Yeah.
touchdown section.
It's okay.
It's like the 43 minute mark. Doesn't really matter.
We're too far, but there's the last thing is this coach's hop coming up in about.
Well, it's right with the windbreaker. So
Okay.
if you're showing the hop, then the windbreaker's right there.
Whatever, we're done.
We're
yeah,
done.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
done. You
We're
guys
done.
missed it. I
We
think
missed
what was that the? Anyways, doesn't matter. HBO. I think they've done a good job. This season's been a little bit weird because usually they've kind of shown some cuts already. Haven't they usually by
that
episode
is-
3? So next 2 episodes are really going to have to be really focused on, and it might be because there's less preseason games this year.
The big story that everybody's going with this season is the fact that Dak's not tossing any fucking bombs right now because of his injury or potential sore arm. So I think that's taken up a lot of traction.
Have there been any cuts though? There hasn't really
Yeah,
been.
they've had initial cuts.
Right, but
Nothing crazy.
No one that we've seen basically.
No,
I don't think
nothing.
so.
So I think it's going to be really next week's episode 4 and episode 5 is really going to be around. But that's another thing. They haven't really. How many backstories have they really given us?
Not a lot.
Alarcon.
Yeah.
Kamara.
The guy with the glasses, Kamara.
And
Who else?
They talk about
well, besides the stars, yeah.
Yeah.
Deke's friendship. Team
So
Deke.
so really when it comes to cuts right now, you only have 3 real and like you're only emotionally attached to 3
Yeah.
players.
Yeah.
And I am so emotional.
Unless they're gonna maybe someone big gets cut. Maybe they. Well, I guess they wouldn't know.
Your boy?
It's in
Jalen?
live.
Jalen.
Maybe.
Okay. And moving into other news, we got the Cowbells, the
Cowbells.
Cowboys injury roundup. Dak Prescott to resume competitive throwing. I think this is a big.
This
I mean,
is
you
huge.
just brought it up, Adam, but
This is huge. So the biggest issue the last couple of weeks has been obviously Dak's shoulder. He's been on a pitch count. Plus he's had his leg. So a lot of media outlets have been saying Dak's not going to be 100% all year. But realistically, as soon as these guys start hitting each other and are in preseason games, they're not 100% for the whole year.
no, I think I've heard football players actually say like no one plays 100%.
No one does. So they're gonna be banged up. But now that he's back before week 1, like 2 weeks away from week 1,
Yep.
and he's participating in 11-on-11, and he's out there, and they said he's not on a pitch count, so he should be back to normal throwing. Maybe I guaranteed they're still gonna monitor it quite a bit. Like they say he's not on a pitch count, but I guaranteed he's not going to be getting a workload as he would be if he didn't miss some time with the shoulder. You also have in this article Greg Zerloin's back. Greg the leg, that's huge. If anyone's watched the preseason, our kickers have been pretty shit. So
He's my fantasy kicker.
yeah, you got him in fantasy, which is huge. We're gonna touch on fantasy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say my little tidbit. I did get Dak Prescott last night. So I had to double down and go with my boy.
The shitty thing is, I think me and you were vying for him. And
Was it?
Yeah.
I was gonna get him no matter what.
No, I know. And look, someone would have. You got him at a good price, but let's digress.
Crack him if you got him.
The crack me if you got him. The thing about it is like there's one less preseason week. Dak was out of NFL, out of football for the entire 75% of last season. So and he had this little kink in his arm. So it's like everything leads to just being smart about it. Dak wants to go from what we've seen.
Yeah, 100%.
He wants to throw in, and that's awesome that you want to see. But you just need to be like, let's get to week 1. And to be honest, even if you're a little not 100% for where you can be, I know I'm not talking about like a full 100, but like just to get into a game speed, again, like that's what we need. That's what he needs to do. That's what he needs to get to. So let's just get to the game.
Right? Yeah. Why? What do you? He doesn't need to be. In my opinion, he doesn't need to be playing in preseason games. Sure, it would have been nice to see him, a series or two just to get out there and knock some rust off. Because I guaranteed you'll see some rust.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna see some rust, guaranteed. But with his supporting cast, as long as he's got all of his supporting cast with Zeke and Tony Pollard and his offensive line and his wide receivers, he's going to be okay, And that's what they're protecting. We all watched last year. Without Dak, this team does not function very well. So the main thing is to make sure Dak gets to week 1, not Dak playing preseason game 2.
Or throwing his arm out.
Or throwing 50 times at a training camp practice,
And one thing I actually, maybe I'll look into, since I love statistics, they get me rock hard. But like, I want to know how many games were won or lost or a pivotal moment that a kicker missed, because although kickers play very, very small part in a game, considering the time that they're in for, like how many games have come down to this last kick, and it's like almost storyboarded that way. It feels like, right? Like
the crazy thing with kickers, they're usually the higgest scoring. They get the most points in a year.
Yeah,
usually
because they're putting up
3 here, 1 here, 3. They usually kickers get quite a few points.
They have a thankless job too, I feel, because if you miss that fucking kick and people are like,
you had one job.
You come on 4 times in a game, and everything's lined up. You need to put it through those posts. Well,
you don't even have to have ever played football to come and kick in the NFL.
No.
I think there's been quite a few players who have obviously played sports and they're athletic because they have the ability to kick, but then they transition to the NFL because they have
just got a leg.
Yeah.
Greg the leg, baby.
Greg the leg.
And he is back.
It's my boy.
Greg the leg.
I won't drop him because I know if I drop him, one of you 2 plugs are going to pick him up.
Oh, I would definitely. Even when you were betting on him, I was thinking of doing it, but I just
no.
didn't do it.
You how it auto drafted.
I saw it auto draft. I was still on at that point.
I only had we left last. I mean, we'll talk about it in a minute, but we left last night when I could only do $1. So even if I nominated someone and someone got him for $2, it was just worthless.
Tried. Okay, we'll get into it after.
Yeah.
Cowboys restructure running back Ezekiel Elliott's contract to create cap space, which is big. So what did they save? $8 mil?
Yeah. So it's
$8 mil or $6 mil?
It was between 6 to 8, but they now have $12 million.
So they're gearing up for something. They're gearing up to
QB2.
Well, I don't. That's what.
This is a
Possibly.
This is a common thing that teams do, and it's basically you're kicking the can down the road. You're just sending. You're going to pay more in 2 or 3 years, let's say.
Right.
But you're saving this.
So when they restructure, so what are the details for the restructure?
So right now they have 12. Well,
There it is. $8.6 million of Elliott's $9.6 million salary has been turned into a signing bonus, which
gives
clears
them
up
$7 million basically.
Yeah,
in cap space.
6.88. So that's the details.
Which is big. $7 million they're obviously gearing up to do something with that
which means they only had a $5 million roughly
which is fuck all.
before, which is just not enough to really. You can't be aggressive if they are going to be aggressive. Now, with that in mind, we can go into the QB because that's the situation. But what other positions would be necessary to spend money on?
The corner maybe. They still don't really know what they got in corner. There's still a Richard Sherman out there, right?
Sure.
There's going to be guys getting cut from other teams. This might be just a load up on money for cuts because there's going to be guys that the roster right now. There's going to be once there's cuts, there'll definitely be a couple guys brought in. And maybe they're just gearing up to be able to sign someone that's a veteran cut that the team just wants to go with the cheaper rookie or the cheaper guy on his first contract, so they get rid of the vet. Where then Cowboys might have that money now to scoop someone up. Opposed with $5 million, maybe they don't.
So secondary and then QB2 basically.
QB2. What else really?
Maybe line and D is kind of
it's literally quarterback and cornerback is kind of our like backup quarterback and then cornerback.
Well, I mean, okay, so then the thought would be as well if they, let's say they're thinking if Dak's not gonna protect the QB and if getting a line an O line a stronger O line.
You can't have 2 A's. They got to be 1 A and then
sorry, no A's. No, I just think that if they invest in an O lineman to help Dak out. Even if Dak...
They've already invested. Their O-line's set.
Okay, so they're not going to go O-line.
They definitely won't go O-line.
Okay.
They have a really good O-line.
Hey, guess what? Fuck me, right?
Fuck that. hey, Alex, I'll give you $100 to punch that guy in his face now.
Hey, stupid nerd, stick to your VPNs or whatever.
Listen. I bring a perspective to this podcast so that new fans don't have to feel like they're ostracized.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll ostracize you then for them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like it.
So
you're very, very is it martyr? Like
I'm a martyr.
You're sacrificing
I'm
yourself for the new fans. I like it.
So, but here's the big.
Here's the rub.
Here's the rub.
Is this the rub?
Here's the salty rub.
Here's the salty rub.
This move increases Zeke's 2022 cap number by 1.27 million to 18.22.
So it's just like you said, it's a kick a can, and then they'll restructure it next year. You know, it's how they always do it. It's
now,
like a little.
Why Zeke? Why not? Why wouldn't they go to their franchise $43 million player Dak Prescott?
They will. They'll definitely. They won't this year because he just signed it. But I guaranteed in a year or two they'll restructure his deal.
Yeah, and it's funny because you put it all together like they're definitely banking on producing something this year, and I think it's because Jerry's saying, "Look,
I'll do anything to win a Super Bowl.
That spaceship, that alien ship's coming to pick me up soon." I need to get some more championships.
Yeah, a couple more rings.
My fingers are feeling alive.
Yeah, my right hand needs another ring.
But I like. Do you think that Jerry Jones is like when they're looking at these contracts and they're looking at who to go forward through some of these guys like Zeke and Dak, they're definitely like, I want to win a Super Bowl ring, so I will definitely restructure.
But they don't lose money.
I know.
They're gonna get the same amount of money. So it's not like Zeke's doing something crazy that helping the team. They're just moving his money around.
Yeah.
He still gets his guaranteed money. He's still gonna get the amount of money. It's not like he's losing money.
Yeah.
Restructure. It's not a restructure as in, okay, instead of me making $50 million, I'm gonna make $30 million and use that $20 million for someone else.
Yeah.
It's you're gonna take this $50 million that you owe me, and now you're gonna shuffle it around so that you gain money this year, but then still owe that money next year.
Has there been a situation where it's screwed a team big time because then the year that someone
It happens all the time. There's
Yeah.
they restructure deals. I think even with Romo, and they kept doing that.
They're hedging.
And then,
you're hedging bets.
Yeah,
basically.
they basically Romo they put his cap number to his last 2 years, and he wasn't even on the team. So they had huge cap numbers for Tony Romo, and he's not even on the team anymore.
Just dead money.
It's just dead money.
Yep.
So you're paying for this player who's not even on your team anymore because you shuffled money around. So it can work, and it can. I mean, it's just part of it because if you didn't move it to that back end, it would have fucked you in the present time. So it's kind of if you're in win now mode, you're gonna obviously they think they can win right now. They're gonna do whatever they can. If they think they need $12 million to sign someone that they want, they're gonna do it.
Right.
Now, continuing this conversation, really, we just saw this news. You shared it. Jaguars trade QB Gardner Minshew to the Eagles. Just a bad shit taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Even just saying it.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
For a conditional 6th round.
See, this is
Round draft pick.
This is the thing.
In 2022.
That's what I mean. I don't know why. I don't know why we wouldn't have been in the fight for this. Like he's definitely better than any of our other quarterbacks on the roster. And for a 6th round pick, a lot of the time a 6th round pick doesn't even make a team. So why not just throw that at them? And
Well, I agree. Like obviously, the 6th round pick, I'd give it for Minshew, absolutely. I'm kind of surprised that the Jaguars traded him, but it must have been like I don't want to be here.
you know what it might be too. Like if Minshew's in Jacksonville, you're always going to get the people that want him to be on the field instead of Trevor Lawrence. You get rid of the other competition, and now it's Trevor Lawrence's team. It's not. Oh, well, maybe Gardner Minshew is going to come in if Trevor Lawrence starts having a bad season.
I guess you pick that.
They just picked. They just said, hey, the Trevor Lawrence is our guy. Obviously, they would just picked him first overall. But this is basically saying it's Trevor Lawrence time now. And the Eagles gained a good player out of it because you never know. Jalen Smith, the Eagles' starting quarterback right now, you don't know how he's going to pan out. Obviously, the Eagles.
You said Jalen Smith?
Fuck, Jalen Hurts. I don't know why I was saying Jalen Smith. I just hate both of them so much that it just rang off. Jalen Hurts is the Eagles' starting quarterback, and it kind of makes you question how he's doing in camp if the Eagles are trading for a starting caliber quarterback in the NFL. Plus, he still has unknowns, right? Like Hurts only played the 1 year last year, and he did do pretty well, but he's still a little bit of an unknown. And if we could have got fucking Minshew and prevented the Eagles getting him, that would have even been fucking better.
No doubt. Well, I agree. Minshew is like probably absolutely up there in top backups in the league.
Oh, and when we were talking about like, who would we go for from other teams? I didn't even see him as an option.
No, I thought for sure they would keep him because he started and actually didn't they pull him and then replace like
it's weird, shuffled him around a bunch.
But like so confidence was low in him anyways. But like the guy actually he showed that he could show up and play an NFL game when he was going to play. He had a couple really good that's how I gauge quarterbacks is by their fantasy points that they put.
Fair enough.
Which kind of works out, I guess.
Well, when they're on a shit team,
yeah.
If they're getting good fantasy points, it's at least showing that they're capable.
And I just honestly, I don't like the look of Lawrence, whatever his name is. He looks like a butch softball player.
Bring him up on Google. We got here at the Cowboys Can Fan Podcast. We love to comment on people's looks.
And then and then the opposite, Gardner Minshew or whatever looks awesome.
Okay. So. He reminds me. Okay, so
I just feel like I would hate this kid in school.
Okay, so now type in Matt Riddle WWE. He looks like the WWE guy Matt Riddle. Look at him.
Oh wow. Totally. They definitely look like they could be brothers.
And sorry now let's
Minshew
look up.
and Minshew looks like he's he got his fucking like.
Now that's a guy I want to fucking...
He looks like Rob McElhenney from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, totally.
I would drink beers with him many beers.
Minshew, why did we not sign that motherfucker?
Yeah, Minshew I would have been down with him as QB2.
I would have been down with the shoe, baby.
Yeah, down with the shoe.
You know what? And
I'm gonna draft him.
I hate you, Lawrence. I hate you, Trevor Lawrence. I was gonna call you Joey Lawrence. I don't know. I hate you, Trevor Lawrence, but I do hope you have a good career because I don't hate the Jags.
No, the Jags could be a surprise team this year, but the Cowboys need to be wheeling and dealing. They need to be trying to steal these. They need to be trying to get a quarterback too that's on the cusp of being able to be in the NFL, and they need to snag him from a team that's desperate for draft picks. Throw a fucking 6th-round pick at a couple teams and
fucking go give him a 4th. Come on.
Or do they know something that we don't? Is there another trade that's on the table?
I don't think it's I don't think. Well, maybe. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe they do have something. Maybe Jerry Jones is pulling some strings.
We have faith in you, JJ.
Okay,
we
guys,
have faith.
I got to take a quick whisk, and then we're gonna get into fantasy football draft.
A whisk?
A piss.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about taking a poop or something like that.
Just go find ad shower.
Yeah. Don't poop in my shower.
So what we can talk about before AJ gets here is we could just talk a little Madden. After this, am I gonna go live? Not live, but am I gonna go stomp on some bitches, or am I gonna stomp on you guys?
So what we're no. AJ's gonna leave. So what we're gonna do now is weekly we're gonna have episodes of our host playing Madden 2022. Online, is it 2022 or 2022? Yeah, Madden 22 online against other people as the Cowboys. So we'll be launching our, I guess this is it, a backseat gamer episode of CanFan Pod versus the world, bitch.
Shitty thing is we don't have a specialized gamer tag.
We could figure it out.
We should make a gamer tag.
We can switch it. Hey, guess what? We could do whatever we want.
Yeah,
we could do whatever we want. I mean, Madden's been getting
endless.
So. Why is it that so many people are trashing Madden, especially this year? I feel like all the reviews that I see on it are nothing but bad reviews.
I saw IGN's review wasn't bad, but I don't know. Madden's that game that everyone loves to just trash because I mean, at the end of the day, there hasn't been leaps and bounds. There is obviously, but
what are you gonna do differently?
I don't know. I just the little bit I just played there, I didn't mind it. I thought it was all right.
I mean, I think in terms of like making realistic, I think the big thing that everyone's also always complaining about, and I don't know if you're ever going to be able to fix it, is you probably will be able to fix it eventually, but the AI and making like small, smart flies. Because you were saying before, you're going to find that glitch in the game, and then you're just going to fucking run those plays because people want to run up the score.
People want to win.
Yeah.
And if I can just hop in here.
No, you can't. You went for a pee and you lost the segment.
The gameplay is an arcade style.
Yeah.
Whereas the game like 2K was more of was pushing realistic, and EA may have been more realistic back at that point too. So it's that's what people probably don't either like or don't like.
Well, the hardcores are going to want that simulation style.
Yes.
And for someone like myself, who I just want to come in and I want to have a good time playing it, I'm not drafting franchise teams. You know what? I'm barely playing it.
No, but that's the other thing about this one that got me so jacked up, and we'll see it, is the dynasty mode, I guess, or the career mode. They put a lot more into it because before it was literally
bare bones.
Yeah, so
cut and copy, and like you weren't basically they've added a lot more elements to. Okay, you you have a coach on your team. What skills does he have, and then how does that help the team?
Right.
They added a week to week prep, so you can prep for a specific deep throw.
Yeah,
run whatever.
What we were talking about is Ant's going to be. We announced that we're launching segments where Ant's going to be going online and he's going to be stunting. He's going to be asking other little kids out there if they want the smoke, and he's going to be taking people on as the Dallas Cowboys.
Fucking
Alex is going to be running a dynasty
story
segment. Stuff that people really don't give a fuck about, but there are.
There is though. There is. The thing is, there is a weird.
Alex
Madden subculture out there.
He hasn't bought Madden for probably the last 10 years because all he does is watch other people build these dynasties and stuff up.
And I get jealous because that's what I used to do for 8 hours a day on my couch.
I used to come home from work when Alex and I were roommates, and he would be up in my room on my PlayStation or whatever it was, and he'd be running through dynasty mode. And I sit at my computer and I'd look over and I just watch him, and he'd be sitting a foot away from the TV in like a weird position, and he holds the controller kind of like up at his mouth like this when he plays, and I'm like, he's like, it shows like the year, it was like at the time, it was like maybe 2005, and it was like 2015, and it shows where his team's at. I'm like, you're just, in the last hour, you've been going, you're not even playing the game. He doesn't play the game. He simulates the
Just
game.
sims it.
I'm a coach. I'm a coach at heart.
Yep.
That's why I love D. Lawrence.
He sims the game, and then he'll just watch it. So
Yeah.
for all of you other people out there who have a thing for the simulation and the dynasty modes, our boy bandwagon boy number 2, AJ, is going to be rocking that on the Chan. So look forward to some new content coming to our YouTube channel, exclusively to YouTube.
That's right. If you want the skill, you're gonna watch Anth. If you want the story, then the bandwagon boys got you.
And
Boom.
then guess who's going to be the esports? I'm going to be the esports commentator.
Yeah, you're
I'll
gonna
be
be-
there to
you're
add
gonna
color
be calming.
commentary. I'm the Joe Rogan of this group.
Speaking of commentary, last night we had our NFL fantasy football
So
draft.
just so backstory, it's a fantasy keeper auction style.
Right, it's quite different. So we got 3
It's
keepers.
not it's not just your prototypical snake draft.
No snake. We got 3 keepers, and we've been doing auction now for the longest time. Maybe the last 3 or 4 years.
3 or
I
4
guess.
years.
Since we reset. What happened is that we've been going in this league for 16 years. So for a period of time, like a 5-year stretch, you got guys who were just all the players that you would want or you'd bid on. It like people would just keep them, and it was just hard to bring new players in or keep it fresh. So we did like a reset again, which we kind of do every few years. And we launched into auction and franchise.
So everyone threw everyone back in the pot, and
we had
then
some new blood come in, which is great. And our commish got rid of a founding member. Ooh. And I'm not going to say the name of the person.
Spicy.
But you know what? You don't pay your
fuck 'em.
dues.
You don't pay your bills, and you don't hang out.
Spicy.
You out.
Now, funny thing is, the guy who replaced him wasn't able to had to auto draft. So
Really?
Yeah, Dave
we got
Johnson.
some shit at work.
Oh,
I guess,
Dave's
but
in
yeah,
it? Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Dave's Finkel is Einhorn.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, let me go through my team, then we'll go through your team.
Okay. So this is the Johnsonville Junkies.
Johnsonville Junkies. So I'm just gonna go through. I'm gonna read off my squad for the listeners, and this is not necessarily starters or not. This is just how.
And you
things
just
are divvied up.
got to remember, right? Like all the good players are gone already, right? So
Right.
it's like
Not necessarily. Some people
Christian
didn't-
McCaffrey, like there were some good quality players there, but
Kamara-
it's also like I'm not going to spend $100 on them.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, so what would happen is that, like, let's say, for instance, whoever had Christian McCaffrey last year didn't want to pay $91 to keep him, so they threw him back in the pot, hoping that they could get him for
cheaper,
cheaper than that. So,
or just get rid of him altogether because he
get rid
did nothing last year.
Yeah.
'Cause he was hurt.
yeah.
That's right. So there was a premium on some players. Regardless, this is my squad that I ended up with. I got for my keepers. I kept where are they? I kept Joe Burrow.
You got Kareem Hunt?
Yeah, I kept Joe Burrow, Deontay Johnson, wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then who the hell else did I keep? I switched them up. This is not going well.
So you
Jonathan Taylor running back.
you kind of went with the route as keep cheaper guys because you didn't want to pay any of the premiums.
Yeah, well, I had Deshaun Watson, but that's just too and I had him for $25, so it would have been a really good steal, but I don't know that he's even going to play this year. So
And the Texans
and the Texans are
kind
trash.
of they're not too well.
But so
well
how
off
much
this year.
how much did you have going into the draft?
$224 basically.
Oh, you had a lot of
you had a
money.
lot of
Doing
money.
well.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, this is who I ended up with: Jameis Winston, Melvin Gordon, Chase Edmonds, Deontay Johnson, Brandon Ayuk, T.J. Hawkinson, Robert Woods, Joe Burrow, Kareem Hunt, Josh Jacobs, Tony Pollard, P20,
Woo 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 woo.
and then Jonathan Taylor, Javonte Williams, rookie, Ryan Tannehill, Covey, and also my kicker, Ryan Suckup.
So you're not starting Taylor right now?
Sorry?
You're not starting Jonathan Taylor?
No, this is just how they...
Oh, they just put it like how
they
you
put it,
drafted. I was like,
exactly,
you
so.
crazy, bro.
No. So,
Jonathan Taylor's I'd say out of your players, I'd say he's probably your best Your best player.
And
Sorry. You have Josh Jacobs too.
I do.
He's probably your best player.
Yeah.
The problem
I
I
was
think
gonna say.
with Jonathan Taylor, which is just that three-headed monster, all three of those guys
Are good.
Are quality.
But
yeah.
he came on last year
He did.
really fucking good at the end of the season. Jonathan Taylor was really good for Indy at the end of the year and really good for fantasy owners going into playoffs.
So yeah, my mentality for my keepers was keep cheap guys so I have more money. And then I had a problem last year where my running backs just fucking
Died.
one after the other. Yeah,
Is that why?
Like
Is that
blowing
why?
tires? I was blowing tires.
Is that why you overcompensated? With the
I
amount
just
of running backs
I
that you put this year?
completely went into this new relationship with that baggage, and I
You
just
PTSD'd it into-
PTSD'd it.
And he hired a great running back coach who's like, give me all the guys.
Give me all
Give
the
me
guys."
all the guys.
So you only have how many? You only have 3 wide
I have
receivers.
3 wideouts right now.
Ooh, we can
Yeah.
make some deals.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
I
make
got,
some deals.
I got a lot of wideouts.
But I got a fucking plethora of RBs. Just
You do.
fucking ready
And
to
like
go.
some that the good thing with having a bunch of running backs like that, if there's injuries at the start of the year and it puts any of those guys to like a clear cut, like some of
Exactly.
your further rounds, puts them to a clear cut number 1 or like 80% of the carries, like you're laughing.
And I just figured
It's a bit of a gamble game, but it's if one hits.
yes, and on each team there's 3 wide receivers and one or 2 running backs really, but there's a starter, quote
Yeah.
unquote, right? So I have a better opportunity. This is just my theory. If my running backs, if I need a wide receiver, I have a better opportunity to get one that's more quality than a running back if I
Fair.
didn't stop load up on them. Who do we want to go to next? Snakes or the Knights?
Hit me up. Hit the Knights up.
All right, Knights. Do you want to run through this or do you want me to?
So I'll run through my team. So I kept Aaron Rodgers,
Naturally.
and I kept AJ Brown, and I kept
Wheeler or Waller, sorry.
Yep.
and I kept Waller.
Yeah, you had to. Well, I'd say out of your players, wow, you
Waller. Adam's got a pretty good squad.
team.
Waller is a same with Kittle. Like I treat those guys as and Kelsey, of course. They're like wide receivers. They are.
They 100% are.
I had a tough time. I wasn't going to keep Rodgers, but when I was looking at the price I'd have to pay to keep Kareem Hunt, it was like $25 or a couple of my other team. Like I had a pretty solid team.
We don't mind. We don't mind.
I know. Yeah, you don't mind that. I felt like I could go at them. The problem with the psychosis behind a draft where you're auctioning is that sometimes in the early rounds, the guys like, let's say, so I picked up Christian McCaffrey on my team for $71. Wasn't planning on buying him, but
You were hyped up.
I was hyped up, so I got him for $71. And then when you look at other players that you had or you dropped or you want to grab, you're kind of always baselining off of those first few guys. But if you're I was a little chintzy with my money that in the later rounds I should have just overbid on a couple of other players. But I'm still all right with my team. Let's
I
go.
think your team looks pretty good.
Let's go down
let's
through
roll
it.
through
Yeah,
it.
what do you have what are your backups? Your
So I
starters
got
are
it.
definitely good.
I got
Let's roll through the starters and then we'll.
Aaron Rodgers, Christian McCaffrey. I got J.K. Dobbins. I got Cooper Kupp, A.J. Brown, Darren Waller, Raheem Mostert. I got Baker Mayfield as my backup.
Nice.
A.J. Dillon as a backup. Tony Jones was a pick that, again,
Nobody saw coming.
I got him for $1. So I got Baker Mayfield for $1. I got Tony Jones
Yeah.
for $1. So if it doesn't work out, there's no gamble. Tony Jones, from some of the reports, is saying he might get the second position over what's his name
Murray.
over Murray. So
Really?
I was gonna toss up Latavius Murray, and I probably could have picked up Tony Jones on a waiver wire, but I thought, you know what, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna get him if I can get him for $1.
It was
no
a
big
buck.
deal. Marcus Brown, and I got McCall Hardman.
When did you get Hardman?
That was just an auto draft. I didn't pick him.
Fuck, because I've always liked that guy. He's got
So
some speed.
hey, look, I'm up for trades. Go down, and then my
are we doing
my
D? Damn.
my D lines. I got Miles, Ant's boy Jalen Smith. I got as an auto
Guaranteed you're gonna
draft.
be dropping him.
Phillips.
Oh, you got Chase Young. You got Chase Young.
And so
Yeah.
Chase Young, Alex, and I were going in, and I spent $15, mainly because I was at that point I was just trying to jack Alex's price up, and I don't know how I even got him.
That's
I don't
funny.
need- I
That's
don't-
funny that you spent a lot on 2 D linemen, and you still have a pretty good like starting lineup.
yeah.
So I paid $71 for McCaffrey, and I paid $40 or $39 for Dobbins, which is a lot. And both of those
I was
guys.
fighting with you for Cup. I was trying to get Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
I
So-
that's one of the guys I regret not going for because I felt like I needed another receiver.
My thing, like, so when we go to an auction draft, if I see somebody else, I get hyped up. If I see someone else going in, or I see two dudes going at it, I'm wanting in.
Of course you are.
See, this is what
you know bandwagon boy one. He sees two dudes going at it. He wants in.
If Adam had Jerry Jones,
had
Jerry Jones money, he'd be the kind of guy when we're sitting at we all know that Adam's rich, but we never like want to say anything, and we're like sitting at a table. He's the guy who like says, "Oh no, I got it," and just pulls out the like $500 or $100 bills, and just is like, "I don't know how much this water is."
Well,
I can't believe you spent 70 on McCaffrey and still got that good of a team. To be honest,
yeah, no, but
impressive.
that's the thing is that I felt we blew our load last year
fast
so much that
Whistler was the funniest when we were all together drinking.
Oh fuck yeah!
Like.
Whistler's a great position.
I think that,
but I think this year there was a lot more like
reservedness.
Reserved.
To me, and I mean, obviously the situation, I like it when there's way more people in the room. Like last night, it was great. The whole point with our long-standing fantasy team is that you want to be able to chirp guys, you want to be able to get together. I think definitely this year we should try and get more, especially with the podcast, get more of our fantasy players to come to like a majors on a Sunday if we're recording.
Definitely.
Just because the whole idea behind it was that you wanna the one time a week when everybody's busy and they have kids, it's a time for everybody to kind of to jam on stuff.
I know it's the kids. It's your stupid effing kids.
I know, dude.
Okay, Anth, let's hop in.
You can already tell. You already see two You already see two stars right off the hop.
We got. And you know what? Those are quality.
A lot of questions going on. Like,
who'd you keep?
I kept Miles Sanders,
which is odd that you would be keeping.
I just think he's legit.
Yeah.
I honestly think he's super legit. My keepers were so bad. Miles Sanders. I had Amari Cooper, but he was just too expensive for me to keep. So I went with Michael Gallup instead. So Michael Gallup has a very big upside. And then my other keeper was Cole Beasley, which is probably one of the worst keepers. But I have my fucking wide receivers. I might not have that showstopper, but I got Julio Jones, Michael Gallup, Tyler Lockett, Cole Beasley, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel.
Yeah,
like those are some good.
You're rolling deep in that WR2 zone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I need one of them to kind of come out ahead of the other. I think my possibilities. I think DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel have very good chances of being really good this year. But then, you have a Tyler Lockett and a Julio Jones. Like, I need one of those guys to I need Julio and his new team to go off.
I have AJ Brown, and I was worried that Julio's going to start pulling some snaps from him. So.
This is the thing. I've always kind of done what Alex did and went heavy running back. I would ignore other positions. So I kind of just tried to go against myself this year.
But
and you know what? My running backs,
you got Miles Sanders and you got Edwards
Hilaire. They're both legit.
Roll through your team.
Okay, Dak Prescott naturally was not getting Dak Prescott. Yeah. I would have bet anyone down. No one was getting that guy. Miles Sanders, RB1.
Clyde Edwards-Hilaire.
Yep. Another RB2. Tyler Lockett, Michael Gallup. And this is where I went different. Usually I just pick up whatever fucking tight end. Doesn't matter. And it always bites me in the ass. So he was literally the only main, I thought the best of the rest.
Quality
yep. Tight end. And I had capital. So I just basically told myself I was going to get him no matter what. Because I wanted to have a premier tight end this year.
Yep.
Which I never do. And I end up changing my tight end fucking 40 times in a season. I don't want to do that. I want to pay for Mark Andrews for the Ravens. Plug him in there, leave him. Julio Jones, Trey Lance, which was an auto pick, Gus Edwards, Jamal Williams, Cole Beasley, DJ Moore, and Curtis Samuel. I like it. I honestly I don't think it's flashy, but I think it's better than a lot of the teams I've had in a while in this franchise.
I nominated Edwards-Hilaire, and that was a mistake. What I learned early on is that guys that I want don't nominate.
No, you wait.
So I nominated him early on, and then you went for him, and I didn't. I was too.
You pussed out.
I pussed out, and I so that was a shame. Can I let me just say one other thing before we move on to the fantasy.
Yeah.
The thing that I don't know if you can bring up bye weeks for teams. So we're like, yeah, your team.
I gotta take a leak.
My week 13.
Go for it.
I have Aaron Rodgers as a bye. I have Christian McCaffrey as a bye. I have AJ Brown as a bye. I have like 5 players on a bye week.
You just filming it out? What are you doing?
Hey, for those just listening, we just did a really cool Summer of the Boys photo right there. Okay, but sorry. Yeah, I just pulled this up, and I'm glad you brought it up because I didn't know that bye weeks are actually not so much. Like, of course, it's week 6 to 14. Oh, I guess we added on the week 17. That's one of the reasons. I always thought they were. I thought they started earlier bye weeks, like week 3 or something.
No.
Like
Oh, well, you know what? Anth would probably be able to hit that a little bit better, but I feel like it was, you know what? Maybe because of week 17 they adjusted it, but I don't know why they start it like that. I don't know. I'm not the smartest person when it comes to NFL scheduling.
Hey, what are we doing for our league then? Are we adding on? Are we going to? Because we usually stop on week 16 or 15, the week before the last week of the original.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So are we going to go?
It probably goes one more. I mean, look, we're using the NFL app, so I'm sure it adjusts based upon that.
Look, absolutely, and if he had the balls to show up today, we could have asked our commish, but we'll have to wait till he comes next time.
Revdro, who's been on the pod before,
most watched episode
because of
on
Rev.
on
We got
YouTube.
some good stuff. I mean, Rev's really good with football stats. He's our fantasy football commish. And he's also a collector, too. So we're going to do a pretty dope card break on one of our episodes as well. Where he's gonna
Digital cards or real cards?
No, we talked about NFTs last night, but we're going to go legit cards.
Cool. That'd be fun.
So, yeah.
And not Cardinals like the Bird Gang. Fuck you.
Just a quick question here, Ant, about bye weeks.
Yep.
We got week 6 through 14. Was that what it was last year? Just added on another week,
it used to be
different?
I think it was 3.
That's what I thought too.
4.
Yeah,
4.
Okay.
It'd be 4 going.
It's weird that they
first three weeks would be every team play, and then bye week started. So now they've obviously changed. Yeah, they've changed. I didn't even know that.
Okay, that's interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, he's not here.
Which kind of fucks you for fantasy because now they've squeezed less weeks for buys. So you have more likely a chance of teams sharing bye weeks.
Damn, those bubblies are getting you.
I know, pissing, burping. Here we go.
Okay, Crack him if you got him.
Crack him if you got him.
I just also saw that.
Look at him there. Did he just get let out of the drunk tank?
Well, if you're just listening, we have a video. So were you going to say something important?
No, I was just going to say, I just also, as I was trying to figure out all my bye weeks, I just realized week 8 is also going to be a tough week for me because I have.
Well, you can't say you have nothing important to say and then just continue to
and then
say
and
what
then
you
roll.
say.
Look, you know what? We'll save that because we're gonna talk so much fantasy on this. It's
okay. So what are we on right now here?
Okay, we got UKST who
Big international sports news.
Which is one of the reasons why I'm wearing my Manchester United kit from a couple years ago.
So UKST sent us a video regarding a very, very special deal made for Manchester United, in which they signed Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know how.
And if we had more time to prep, I was gonna have like a nice little. I was gonna add some intro music to the soundboard where it goes. No, 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 no.
Oh,
yeah. But anyways, so that I just did it right there.
Okay.
Anth does not look impressed.
what is that? Is that the
it's British
national anthem?
Yeah. Okay. So let's see what UK Steve has for us.
Oh, hang on. Let me make sure my volume's up, so Anth can hear this. He's deaf. He's as deaf as a bat is blind.
Hello, Cowboys can fan. Brother Anth, brother Ad, brother AJ. This is UKST live now from Whistler, BC. And I've got some important news. I'm going to sit down for this. Okay, so brother Ad, you asked me to do a quick video for you because today's news, if you didn't hear, is that Cristiano Ronaldo, has been re-signed by Manchester United, and is going to go back for this season. Big news, obviously. I'm buzzing. Can't believe it. I woke up to it this morning. Actually, yesterday, he wanted to leave Juventus. That's where he's been for the last few years. And he didn't want to play there anymore. I think they wanted him off the books because it's such a big wage. And there wasn't a lot of options open to him. And there was talk of him going to Manchester City, which would have killed me. Absolutely would have killed me. Because he's a United legend. Played for us between 2003 and 2009. We signed him as an 18-year-old from Sporting Lisbon. Bit of backstory, United played Sporting in a pre-season friendly, and Ronaldo played, like I say, he was like an 17, 18-year-old kid, and he fucking ripped us apart. And the guys were in the dressing room at half-time or full-time, and they were saying to Fergie, our manager at the time, Sir Alex Ferguson, you got to sign this kid's dynamite. Anyway, they did sign him back in 2003, and we got him for 6 years, 6 brilliant years, turned him into he was a kid with a lot of stepovers, but yeah, the 2008 season that he was with us, one of the best United teams I can remember in my lifetime, and we won the league and the Champions League, and he scored like 42 goals that season. Jesus. And he won World Player of the Year, the Ballon d'Or, and he's won it 5 times, so 4 times since then, after he moved to Real Madrid for 80 million quid when we sold him. No hard feelings, he wanted to play there since he was younger. So he went to Madrid, and then he went to Juventus, and now 12 years after leaving us, he is back. He's back, and I am
back.
buzzing. I cannot wait, because he's a legend, and no homo, but he's the only guy that I'd leave my wife and kids for. So, yeah, he's coming back. I'm fucking buzzing. Hopefully we'll get to
He is a beautiful man.
Year. He's 36, but he was top scorer in Italy last year with 30-odd goals, so he's still doing it. A lot of guys retire before 36, but that guy's a fucking machine. He's an athlete. So, yeah, I'm proper looking forward to it. So, yeah, I'll sign off. And here we go. Ronaldo's back. Let's go.
Hey,
Nice.
So just the age thing kind of comes to mind. It's Tom Brady last year wins the Super Bowl. Cristiano Ronaldo, I don't know fucking soccer at all, but apparently we just heard he was the lead scorer for Italy. I don't know if that's great or not, but I'm sure it is.
Yep,
he's a
it's
top
gotta
player.
be.
So, like, age is not, I guess, for certain positions for sure, but it seems to be as long as you can keep your body in shape.
Yeah, give us
39, 40,
shirtless-
41, 42,
Get us a
you
shirtless
know,
photo of Ronaldo.
of
I
Steve.
thought you were going to say, get us a shirtless
and Steve. And Steve.
I don't know how to spell Ronaldo, guys.
Ronaldo. Ronaldo.
There it is. Just go down. Yep.
Shirtless. Yeah.
Shirtless.
Man, that's massive news.
Holy shit. Get the Speedo one.
Jeez. Which one?
Bottom right. Bottom middle right.
This one?
That's left. Or that one works too, though. I mean, granted, if I fucking look like that, I wouldn't be walking around with clothes on ever.
Oh yeah.
You know? These are fucking hilarious.
Damn, that dude's a stud.
These are fucking hilarious photos, though. We need to superimpose Steve's head on one of
The
these.
thumbnail. That one right there. Oh
That-
my! I mean, like, look. Doesn't matter if you're 36. If you're 36 and you're in that shape and you can still ball, the type of opportunity it gives the rest of the team and the players and the fans, like, it's worth signing that guy. Like, look
So
at
I
how
wonder how it works. Does he get right into it? This obviously Steve's not here, but because their season's going right now, does he just hop into the starting lineup?
I think you just hop onto the ship and
Yeah,
you
you-
cruise. So the thing about it, though, is, too, there were no superstars back in the day. NBA is a good one because there's a lot of great YouTube, and since I have my YouTube Premium, that's where I do a lot of my viewing. But there's a lot of great YouTube NBA stories, and they'll talk about the 80s and 90s. And these guys, a lot of the times, were smoking. Maybe it's a little bit older than that, but, you know, for all intents and purposes, it's a fucking while ago where the superstars of back in the day were in an environment where your body, your skill was important.
Yeah.
The body, keeping in shape. Like Tiger Woods is another example of taking what golfers used to be and then being like, no, throw analytics
and athletics.
into it. And now you see everyone since then. Obviously, he did it very well, so it does take that as well. But my big point is just like going from, like, he probably doesn't need Cristiano Ronaldo all that sweet textured muscle on his body, but I'm sure it like plays off for a lot of things. Maybe it's honestly it could also just be a discipline thing, right?
But at 36, that's the reason he's still playing at a high level. It's got to be like he's got skill, and then he's put, like you said, he's put this whole longevity of muscles into his career, and that's why he's still doing his thing.
It makes you think like.
Do you think he's on PEDs?
No.
I hope so. It makes you think that. I
hope so.
It makes you think like if you could just go back in time to some players and just have them focus more on their like, okay, yeah, you're the number one or number two person in the world. What if you also just cared about yourself a little bit more? I wonder where it would have gone. Like Jordan, he actually started working out because he was getting beat up. It was right.
Yeah. So Michael Jordan. Obviously they covered it in Last Dance, but if you read the book Relentless or the second follow-up book Winning by Tim Grover, which was Jordan's specialist, like a random, never had any clients for sports nutrition, sent a letter to every single one of the players on the Bulls, except for Michael Jordan, and the only one who came to him and said, "I want you to be my trainer," was Michael Jordan, because he saw the letter in somebody else's locker. He came in and he helped like redefine, and he put muscle on Jordan as a basketball player, because before that they're like, you can't have biceps, you can't be strong to be a good basketball player.
And now all the best basketball players are just fucking units.
Jacked.
Yeah, they're just units.
Well, even down to the point where they would analyze things like, okay, right before the game, is either before the game or at halftime, they would, no, I don't think it was halftime. It was before the game. He would make Michael Jordan eat a steak, because the steak would help slow down his metabolism.
Yeah.
But back then, when everybody was looking at it and saying, okay, you're making him eat steak, that's not, like, what are you guys doing? So totally, I mean, 20, 30 years ago, completely different time with
you know what's
sports
funny
medicine.
with that too, with going on that, like what's going to be the difference in 30 years?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I remember seeing a UFC thing where they were talking about some of these boxer wrestler guys who started in the UFC or combat sports were not the same of the guys like John Jones Jr. who came in growing up being like a 10-year-old or whatever, getting into mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
People who were like 20-something would just start to do like Brazilian jiu-jitsu to get it going. To get it going. Okay,
Sorry.
That's a segue for the Adam TMZ. Boom, 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 boom,
Boom, boom, boom.
Adam TM.
Okay, so obviously we're recording this on a
Balls.
Welcome to our Pulse segment.
Here comes Adam TMZ.
Jake Pulse.
Yeah.
Jake
So
Paul.
we're recording this on a Saturday, August 28th. Tomorrow is Sunday, August 29th. And the
Yep, that's how it
Tyron. Well, I was just giving context because when this drops on Tuesday, people will be like, "This is already
Hey,
over."
mate, I could clip this tonight and put it out.
Yeah, you could clip this tonight,
shit.
bitch.
Damn.
Hey, clip this, motherfucker.
Oh, you just got fingered.
And guess what? I didn't show it. I'll never tell. So Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley coming up tomorrow. I posted a thing. If you look on YouTube, the face-to-face, I said in the chat, because everybody thinks I'm on Jake Paul's dick, which I kind of am. Just because I feel he is an underdog in this situation because he is a YouTuber and nobody's giving him the respect. I was showing and sharing in our chat all of these Showtime All Accesses and showing, hey, Jake Paul looks dialed in, et cetera, et cetera. And then I shared yesterday the face-to-face, and I said it was Tyron Woodley talking with Jake Paul.
On Ariel Helwani's.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I guess, I mean, maybe a lot of this stuff that's happening, Jake Paul, I think, is the main person promoting a lot of this, because Tyron in that said, well, this is your thing. Like, you're the one who's doing this, and this is your face-to-face that you're wanting to have. I just thought Tyron Woodley did a really good job breaking Jake Paul down a little bit.
Yeah, not feeding into, he didn't really feed into what Jake Paul was trying to feed him, like get him going at, he just seemed really reserved, and I think he's at the point, he's like he said, and I did watch some of the face-to-face. What was he saying?
Well, Jake Paul had this like really practiced
Yeah,
monologue
that
at the
was
start.
good. That was
Oh,
good.
yeah.
If you look at the comments, the best thing about it, I don't know if you bring up YouTube, you don't have to play the clip, but the comments, like almost every single comment was like Jake Paul, and then it would say, you look at you, your heart rate's high, it's sky high right now. And then they would show Tyron Woodley's comment, and then they have like a cool face or something like that. Like,
You've never been in a stage this big.
Yeah.
I think his heart rate is sky. Cuts to Tyrone wearing sunglasses while barely breathing at all. You've never been in a stage this big. Woodley's been in one of the biggest pay-per-view event, the first ever MSG pay-per-view co-main event.
No, the best line.
MSG Madison Square
Muhammad
Garden.
Talibab right there wrote, "Ask Tyron Woodley." Jake Paul says, and then ask D's nuts. That was probably the best response. Anyways, not to. The reason I bring that up is I think that right now, I think in terms for Jake Paul to get as much notoriety and buys behind it, like him coming in as like a fourth fighter to get some of these people and to get some excitement going, he has to be the villain. He has to create a bunch of this stuff to stir up not only the pay-per-view buys and et cetera, but I definitely think and I definitely hope that he gets out of this kind of cringy. It's weird that he has like a boxing thing for Boxing for Bullies Foundation, but yet he's very much coming across as a bully, and you could say it's because that's what you do with the fight game, et cetera, et cetera. But I don't know. I'm pumped for the fight. I want to see someone get knocked out.
It's hard to say he's coming along as a bully, but it's also like, yeah, you can try to be a bully. He's not. You can't bully Tyrone. Tyron Woodley.
No.
Like, I mean, it's like, okay, he's the autistic kid who thinks he's bullying people. Just let him, whatever.
I have a question about the fight. Do you think if he loses to Tyron Woodley, it hurts his chances? Obviously, he'll always find someone to fight. He's always going to make money doing it. But if he can't beat a 39-year-old, not even a classically trained boxer, like if Tyron Woodley beats him like quite convincingly, does it hurt his reputation? As I guaranteed at that point, you can't really say he's not as good as he thinks he is. He's still young, so he's going to get his lumps, but he's not even really fighting a boxer, and he hasn't fought a boxer.
No, I think so. I think it depends on the fight either way. If win or lose, it's not bad. It's only if he gets smoked by Tyron Woodley, then it's like, yeah, all you fought, whichever Paul brother this is, Jake, all you fought was guys who were not ready. And that's not to say that, like, you obviously have skills. We've seen you fight 3 fights, although not very, very big, but you're knocking everyone out. So I don't think he's going to be knocking Tyron Woodley out.
If he knocks Tyron Woodley out, it would be very impressive. I'd be more impressed. I'm expecting him to lose.
Yep.
And if he somehow pulls out a win, then maybe you go, okay, maybe he is onto something. He's still only 22 or however old he is, 23. I don't know how old the fucking guy is.
Yeah.
But maybe he does have a chance. Because if you can come in and still, like, Tyron Woodley looks cut right now. Like they showed him at the weigh-in. The guy looks like he's at. He's not no Ben fucking Askren.
No. And look, Woodley is not a boxer first primarily. He's a wrestler.
Wrestler, yeah. But he can strike.
Of course, all these guys. And, like, at this point, I mean, getting hit, and this is not my knowledge, I'm getting it secondhand, but getting hit with a boxing glove versus a MMA glove, the MMA glove hurts a lot more because it's a
fist, basically.
It's a tiny little fist.
This is the thing. An MMA glove isn't there to protect the person getting hit with it. It's to protect the hand.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So I think that Woodley's more than prepared for taking any sort of punishment. And he was also talking about on that, he was talking about how he wants to do boxing more. Like, he doesn't want to go back into MMA if he has a choice. So, and look, the whole money thing, which was, just to go back to the video there with Ariel Helwani, the face-to-face, his whole angle was like, you never got as much money from this as me, which is like, okay. So now you've given him this massive paycheck, and he might just beat your ass on. It was kind of a weird angle.
It's a weird burn, saying, "Well, I gave this to you," and I kind of like. He's like, "Dude, I've been doing this for fucking 20 years, man." Like,
yeah. Well,
thanks.
He's basically saying career. Like, regardless if Jake Paul does continue to box and he makes this a career, then great. But Tyron Woodley was saying, I've been doing this for over 16 years. Like that's a career. That like I'm on my career.
Yeah, your
So
three fights isn't a career.
You're not giving me anything right now. Yeah, exactly. So stoked to see what's going on, what's going to happen tomorrow night. This is definitely going to regardless if Tyron is a boxer or not, this is going to be his biggest fight. And the fact of the matter is the Paul brothers are not going to leave anywhere, and we're going to continue to talk about it because I want to be on D's nuts. You know,
I do like the fact that it should be a fight. Like compared to the other celebrity, whatever you want to call it, weird universe of boxing. This probably has the best potential of being an actual fight.
Well, that's what the thing. There's not a lot of tape on Jake Paul because he's only thrown a couple punches and it's only gone a round or two at most. So no one really outside of sparring, no one really has tape on Jake Paul and how he rolls. But anyways, we're excited. Who let's just
Predictions
give
real
our predictions
quick.
right now. Who are you going for?
Woodley.
Woodley.
We know who you're going for.
I almost changed it after watching Woodley's face to face, but I'll stick with Paul.
You got to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Adam Paul's got to stick with his boys.
I mean, Adam TMZ is Adam TMZ is not going to go for some sort of fighter. He's going to go for the YouTuber.
And we're going to be hanging out tomorrow. It'll be post-fight, or whenever you hear our results, it's going to be post-fight. You're going to hear this post-fight, but hey, what it
and
is.
hopefully we can clip one of us. And when I do my happy dance that Jake Paul won, then we can clip the fact that you both thought against my boy Jake Paul.
Can't see it happening.
I can.
What would Jerry do? Okay, wow. So this is how we just wrap it up. If this is your first time listening all the way to the end, thank you so much.
Happy to have you here.
Happy to have you here.
So I got this kind of funny one, and it might play into a little bit of the recent content we've been seeing with
Alien
JJ.
Alien ship or
no,
time machine
no.
Genie lamp.
I'm giving them next episode. We can go back to time machine. But look, it's this website that I get these questions from. Okay, Jerry Jones, we know that he's had a long life. He's still alive today, and he was alive many years ago. So I mean, that's long. But there's always these crazy health fat trends.
Yeah.
Trends that come in.
Trend diets.
So
fad diets.
Jerry Jones, we know that he has that science base in his facility, and he goes there and he's like, hey, he's popping his peanuts as he walks around.
Double salted,
which, hey, foreshadowing.
And he's still putting salt on him before he eats
He goes, the guy's like, hey, I have this machine. We can kind of create a new healthy living environment, or a new healthy choice for people. What's the next trend that you want it to be? And so, it's like it's going to change the fabric of the universe, Anthony. Okay, just stay with me on this one. So Jerry Jones gets to pick what the next crazy health trend is going to be. And for me, I mean, it's pretty obvious.
So like intermittent fasting or keto or something like that? Okay.
Whatever. Yeah, like they always pop up.
Are you gonna say something like?
Okay, no, hang on. So okay,
Yeah.
so finish your thing, and then if you're gonna.
That's it. Like so now. So he's like, we can introduce a new crazy health trend into society, Jerry.
Okay.
What would you like?
Okay, who's going first?
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna bust a JJ nut here, but of course as he's sprinkling salt on his salted peanuts, he goes, well, I think people need more sodium in their diet.
So double sodium,
high sodium.
High sodium.
What?
craze.
Okay, so what is the America Health Organization say the average American should have for
22,000
sodium?
milligrams of sodium a day.
How much salt per day? At 3,400 milligrams of sodium per day. Hang on.
2,300. So I said 2,000. 2,300 milligrams.
I'm sorry,
of sodium.
that's the average that people eat. Is
Yeah,
34.
I wonder who knows what the fuck it is. So was Jerry actually like already advertising this in that one Hard Knocks episode when he had his salt shaker? He was already fucking talking with this guy, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, of course. Like that was the start of it. He's trying to start that off. So I mean, salt's an easy one.
Like adding salt to your like bottled water. And stuff.
Yeah. Well, so okay, so you
salt
are
tablets. And...
So if you're intermittent fasting, when you come out of an intermittent fast, you should be drinking a certain amount of water with salt added into it because you're depleting yourself from it. So
It's not far off.
I could definitely
But
get
Jerry's
behind.
Jerry's taking it up one notch
And
more.
Werther's. And he goes, and Werther's.
Are we all? Yeah, we're all. I like the answer. I agree. I think Jerry, because I'm not going to stump that.
No, it's
bandwagon
salt.
boy.
It's salt, baby. It's salt.
Sodium, and you know what? We're the sugar to Jerry's salt.
Oh!
And this episode, it's going to be dropping on Tuesday. We got
Hold
our
on,
clips
hold on.
showing up on YouTube all week for the bandwagon boys and Anthbest. We're out. Big Hud hit it, son.
I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys.